to get a whole lot of it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Roads Untraveled, first of all, and welcome back to the world's, I can say this with confidence now, the world's largest Fast and Furious collection, okay? Here in front of me today is the Subaru Impreza WRX STI hatch from Fast 7. Of course, Fast 7, take a moment, because it was the final movie that Paul Walker starred in, and this was the final car that he drove in that movie. This is the STI, and although it's not the most prominent car in the franchise, it doesn't have the most gaudy wing on the back or insane graphics or neon lights or anything, it does represent a very special time in the series. So this is one of Jorge's most proud kind of replicas that he's been able to accomplish and put together over a certain amount of time. So yeah, let's go for a drive on the street, see how it drives, and just kind of remember Fast 7, even though to me the series kind of ended after 3 or 4 or somewhere in there, don't shoot me. It's still a very special car. So let's get behind the wheel and go for a drive. All right, first things first, we are here in a 2014 Subaru Impreza WRX STI. Not just anyone, this is a replica of the last STI, one of the last cars that Brian O'Connor, or Paul Walker, drove in the Fast and the Furious franchise. It's kind of a bittersweet video here. This is a very accurate replica, okay? First things first, I'm gonna put it into Sport Sharp, as you do with the hatch generation of this STI over here. This thing has been extensively modified, okay? Basically, no performance upgrades have been done as far as I can tell. Although the exhaust does sound pretty good from the factory, STIs have great exhaust tuning, so there's no real issues there. The interior has been gutted. It has been gutted and painted to resemble that of, yes, the Subaru STI that Brian O'Connor dropped out of a frickin' plane. Just dropped out of a plane in Fast 7. Now, you know, this franchise isn't going to be around forever. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. Now, they have confirmed that they're going to, obviously 9 comes out when we're filming this a couple weeks from now. So we're kind of timing these videos for you guys to enjoy when that movie does come out. But after that, I think they have a contract for 10, and then that might be it. Like, that might be the final Fast and Furious movie we get. Now, sure, there might be some spin-offs in the future, aside from Hobbs and Shaw, which at the time made a lot of controversy on the internet, specifically between Vin Diesel and The Rock. But I think people have gotten over their differences, and as we're seeing characters being brought back into the franchise, which does two things. A, it makes the story line of the movie just become more interesting. It brings the old fans back because Mia's coming back, Han's coming back, all these characters are coming back. These loved characters are coming back into the franchise. And on the second hand, it's making the franchise more cheesy and more convoluted, and storylines of how people died and then they actually were not dead and they came back. So there's definitely a little bit of that going on. I don't mind it. That scene, that insane scene, and I've only watched Fast 7 maybe 2 times, but the 7th movie and onwards are not as fresh in my memory. But that scene when this car freaking falls from a plane, I don't know if you guys know this, they actually dropped an STI, whether it was from I think they dropped it from a helicopter in production. But yeah, it fell. They had camera guys that were skydiving that filmed that, okay? And it was considered at the time, and I'm sure they've surpassed this with certain practical stunts, but at the time it was considered the most insane stunt in Fast and Furious history. Now that's, I like to think, just from a visual spectacle, the first movie in the train track jump scene, that just visually is, that's the ultimate. Everyone's tried to beat a train at one point or another. It's the 90-degree, who's gonna get there first? Who's gonna cross the line first? It reminds me of the game of Snake, almost in that sense, right? You try not to hit the tail, you try to jump it, right? And they really, even though, of course, that was the last movie that Paul Walker would star in the Fast and Furious franchise, it's a memorable moment now. It may have been just a cheesy, over-the-top, hey, the Fast and the Furious movies got insane budgets now, and they did that stunt. It was that at the time, but now it has a whole new meaning. And that's why Jorge, who owns all these cars in this insane Fast and Furious collection, that's exactly why he's gone ahead and built this car as a tribute to Paul Walker, a tribute to those he's met who worked with Paul Walker on the first movie and in other aspects of his career. Yes, the car was actually built here in Edmonton. Jorge definitely has to give a big shout out. We got to give a big shout out to Volo Cars in Illinois. They are a car museum down there. They have the original, they're the ones that have the original 2014 STI that was actually dropped from the helicopter. They had squibs, which are basically fake, like fake explosions, fake bullets or whatever. I do YouTube, I don't work on movie sets. In the car, so basically after it was dropped, they repaired a lot of those bullet holes.
So the Subaru STI that you guys took for a drive, it was the last car that Paul drove in the franchise. Volo Museum has the hero car, and they help us a lot. They send us videos, pictures, and a lot of information so we can build a perfect replica of the car. The only thing it's missing, because we have no time to do, is the seats, but I have them upstairs. So we just need to put the Sparko Evo seats, and that's it. But we did the roll cage as its movie specs, we did the paint, everything is done by movie specs. Well, like NFA Fabrications, like Anthony helped me because he contacted them first. I contacted them a year ago, and I said, because I was asking to buy the hero car, and they say no. So then we asked for pictures, and they ignored me. Then Anthony contacted them, and I contacted them again until probably we were a pain in the butt, and they said, okay, what do you want? So we told them, we need pictures because you don't want to sell me your car, and I respect that. Please send me pictures so I can do a movie accurate car. And as soon as we finished the car, well, it went to City Collision for paint. Pino and Chris did an amazing job. It's real paint, it's not a grab, this is real paint. And Anthony did the roll cage and all the interior for me. I did the wheels and the other stuff, the interior. But as soon as we finished the car and I posted on Instagram, I found out that there's a guy in Mexico who built the car. Yeah, it's similar to the movie, but mine is movie accurate. But his car is amazing, yeah. Well, the wheels were a little bit tough to find, but yeah, it took me like 3 months to find them. They came from the US. But as Anthony, he spent like probably 90 hours on the roll cage because we got rid of all the back seats and he needed to drill holes on the dash. So it's a movie accurate roll cage. Yeah, I'm really proud of that car.
So that STI that they have over at Volo Cars is the last one, and they kind of, it spent a time after Fast 7 came out, actually. It spent an amount of time over at Universal Studios. So they kind of redressed the car and kind of restored the car a little bit to what it looked like on screen before they dropped it, because like, it fell, okay, it fell, it was almost destroyed, but it was the last one from the movie. It looks sick. This is not my favorite car out of the franchise. This is not, you know, I actually, funny enough, I learned how to drive actually on this generation hatch, not an STI, but a WRX for a little bit there. So it has a little bit of sentimental value to me already. This interior is what I looked at. Actually, the first time I drove on a freeway was in Idaho on a road trip. My parents and I drove down there, and on the way back, we stopped up through Coeur d'Alene, which is a famous location. We went there for 4th of July. It was awesome. But I distinctly remember that, like, this interior I looked at when I was 16, both hands at, well, at the time it was 10 and 2, but 9 and 3, just sweating. Being on the freeway for the first time, driving at 70 miles an hour was the freakiest thing. So not only does this car have a lot of meaning because Paul Walker has passed away and passed away years ago, and this was the final car that he drove on screen in the franchise, but it also has a bit of value to me and my younger self driving cars and the excitement that originally came from it and that brought me to begin Roads Untraveled and for us to continue making videos for you guys up until now in 2021. So anyways, this has been Jorge's replica of the Fast 7 Subaru Impreza STI. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's a bit of a bittersweet moment in the movie franchise, and of course I encourage you, I know I am, with a few friends, we're probably going to go back and watch all of the movies leading up to the release of Fast 9. So I hope you guys, as ridiculous as it probably is, I hope you guys enjoy Fast 9. I think we all will. And, you know, I think the point here is that all good things do come to an end. The Fast franchise is going to eventually come to an end. And there's just, I think that's for the best. I think that's for the best. But in the meantime, we can enjoy these cars and we can enjoy Jorge's collection. And I thank you, Jorge, for allowing us to come out again, once again, and film more of your cars. So subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, and you can see and, you know, not miss any more videos that we're coming out with. You can hit me up on Instagram at Roads Untraveled, and you can see more of just behind the scenes stuff, shenanigans that we get up to, and more travels that we go on. So thank you guys so much for watching. Go over onto the right side of the screen, or if you're on your phone, the bottom, and whatever's on your up next, just suggested videos. I'm hoping it's more of our Fast and Furious series. If it's not, just know that we filmed like a bunch more of these videos, and you should check them out on our channel. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you very soon.